Oh man, I shrunk it.
Oh man, it's okay. It still looks good.
Hey, so if you're watching from YouTube, you get to see a little bit before we press the record button.
I actually thought you were recording already.
Well, we're recording with the GoPro, but we aren't here yet.
Dual recording.
So we gotta do a little voice warm up and
Unique New York.
red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather,
Purple shirt.
strawberries made of straws, blueberries made of blues.
Cats and dogs. A plus B equals C.
Correct.
All
right.
I'm ready. You going or me going?
I'll go. Hey, welcome back to the Golden Spoon Podcast. This is McCall.
And Jeremy.
And today, tomorrow, or whenever you're listening to this, we're going to talk about some weird things that humans do. And, you know, it kind of ties into mental health because these could be things you don't notice you're doing, but you just do them because of, you know, the way your mind works. So, one weird thing that I do, what?
The sock and shoe.
Oh, yes, my sock and my shoe. I literally put on... Now, we've talked about this in prior episodes, but I put on a sock and a shoe and a sock and a shoe. And that's the way I roll. That's the thing that I do. I put on a sock
Mind blown.
and a shoe and a sock and a shoe. And you do what, Jeremy?
The correct thing. I put on a sock and a sock and a shoe and a shoe. Because one foot would be naked when all the other one's getting all the attention. It would just be over
It
there.
would still be naked.
La La Land.
You still have to put on one sock. You can't put it on two socks simultaneously.
Yeah, I know, but you're depriving the other foot of like meaningful quality time.
See, but they get both treatment.
Do
One
you
gets a sock and a shoe, and the other one gets a sock and a shoe.
Do you start with one particular foot?
Usually it's my right foot.
I think I start with my left all the time. I'm left-handed, but
I'm left-handed, so I cater to my left foot last to just be like,
it wasn't until
save the best for last.
It wasn't to this conversation that I noticed that I put my left sock on first. I wonder what pants leg I put in first. We shall see in the morning.
So what are some other things, weird things that people do? And sometimes they'll notice them, and sometimes it's just things they do out of habit. So one is the sneak a sniff test. Have you ever like checked your pits and like done that in public, or like stretched and reached over and like said, giving a little...
You know, I don't really have to do that much anymore because I wear antiperspirant, and you pretty much never stink with that stuff. It's actually really hard to wash off. You have to use a lot of soap to get it off.
Is that the one that has the aluminum that leaves the stains?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it like clogs your pores and everything, and it's not good for your body, but I don't care. If that's what's going to kill me, then I'll go
aluminum.
I'll be going out smelling with good pits, I guess.
Aluminum. That's crazy.
And some people of the world, aluminium.
You're right, aluminium. I will recognize that for 1 second. Here it is.
Aluminium.
Awesome. Another thing that I do, and if you're watching on YouTube, hi, this is episode 3 of season 2.
Keep forgetting that we're recording video too.
We're on YouTube now, so if you want to watch, it'll be a little dark. The room, not the content. I mean, we may...
It's going to get dark.
But one thing I do, and this is like my subconscious is doing this, I'll play with my beard, and then I'll just smell my beard, like, because I put beard oil and stuff in, and so I love to just like...
I noticed I do that whenever I need to pay attention to somebody. Because if
You
I just
stroke your
try,
beard?
if
Yeah.
I just try to pay attention to what they're saying, my mind just drifts. So I have to like focus my attention on something. So like I'm either biting my lip or like pulling on my beard or something.
That's another
so
thing.
I can
Like,
comprehend what they're saying.
I'll like either stick my tongue out when I'm really concentrating on
I
something.
say when you're talking to someone.
No, I'm like, when I'm like really into like concentrating on like, you know, changing a tire or like doing car work or like I don't know, focusing on editing or whatnot, I'll literally have my tongue out and somebody will be like, "Hey, your tongue's out." I'm like, "Sorry, I know." It's just my body saying, we gotta concentrate, and this is the only way."
I think I think I just open my mouth whenever I'm trying to concentrate, like I'm doing something important. I'm just like,
See,
I made you yawn.
yeah, you did. You. So, have you? Speaking of yawning, have you ever faked yawn to smell your breath? I know, like in the past, I have done it, but I usually don't do it now. Like, just fake yawn and like,
You know, with us, you can kind of breathe up into your mustache
oh yeah,
and then sniff your mustache, and it kind of you can smell
Oh,
what
yeah.
your breath smell like, but it still looks pretty weird.
Yeah, this looks weird.
Yeah.
You look weird with doing that one.
It's just as noticeable as smelling your armpit. Is that dude smelling his mustache?
And these are things that most people do. Now, I have a question.
I have an answer.
Do you ever like wear the same clothes 2 days in a row?
Dude, I'm currently wearing these shorts for probably the 6th or 7th day in a row.
Awesome, cool.
Because they're my
And
gym
just-
shorts after I get out of the shower. When I get home from work, I take a shower, and I put these on, and it's not like I'm like going and running a marathon in them. I was like, I don't even sweat. They don't stink or anything. I mean, yeah, I should probably wash them, but they're just basketball shorts.
See, I think in my mind,
Now I'm
like-
gonna have to start changing clothes regularly because we're videoing ourselves.
but we do it a week. You know, chef don't judge.
The
He may-
chef,
Yeah, chef. Oh my lord,
the chef don't judge.
chef don't judge.
Never heard that.
Chef Boyardee.
Oh, he don't judge.
You see another one with the meatballs ready?
Yeah, meatballs and SpaghettiOs.
Yeah. But I find myself wearing like the same socks sometimes and like the same, especially
I can't do
especially
that.
in the winter. Like
My feet stink so bad. I'm getting like
pants.
very vulnerable.
I
Podcasting.
literally wear the same pair of pants sometimes. Like I'll be like, it's cold, really didn't do anything.
Oh yeah, especially in the wintertime.
Like they aren't really that dirty.
Do you floss first and then brush your teeth, or do you brush your teeth and then floss?
Oh God, I'm probably gonna say the wrong thing. I usually brush my teeth and then floss.
Yeah, I mean, there's no wrong or right on that one, but I always feel like when I floss, I get so much like gross stuff out of my teeth that I got to brush afterwards. So that's why I started flossing before I brush.
Oh, see, I floss afterwards. Is that not weird?
No, because like I think when you go to the dentist, they clean your teeth and then they floss after they get done cleaning.
That's why I do that. I literally sit there and.
So you're probably doing the right thing.
So what are you doing?
I guess the left thing.
But see, I'm left-handed, and we're both in our right mind. Like left-handed people think with their right mind.
Yes. Speaking of which, do you wash your hair, face, and then body in the shower?
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
Usually, my hair and my face
Yeah.
are like in the same step because of the beard. So I'm
Yeah,
like
and then
hair,
the bottom.
face. Yeah.
There's some people that wash their body first and then their hair. I'm like, you're getting all the grossness from your hair all over your body, and then you're getting out of the shower.
You're right. I mean, that is
And another thing, when you drop the soap on the floor, people freak out and they like throw the soap away. Just rinse it off and keep using it. It's soap. It's literally its own antibacterial.
I would agree. I mean, people throw soap away.
Mm-hmm. Because it hit the floor. They're like, oh man, and they toss it out and they get a new one.
That's wasteful.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like you dropped it in a vat of acid or something. Just pick it up off the floor and rinse it off under one. Take the layer of it off and then keep using it.
All you do is literally hold in your hand and rotate it, and it washes itself. It's crazy how soap works. Do you ever pick your teeth with something that should not be in your mouth? Like other than a toothpick?
Definitely my fingers. You're not supposed to put your fingers in your mouth because they're like extremely dirty underneath your nails. I have used a sewing needle Because I had like a popcorn kernel, and that's the worst to have stuck in your gum.
Yeah.
And I didn't have anything nearby except for a sewing needle.
And you just took that sewing needle?
I carefully, with a mirror,
You're in the...
removed the popcorn kernel from my teeth.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep.
I don't think I trust myself.
Steady hands.
I don't know if I have those, Jeremy.
I don't. My hands shake terribly. Like, they're all over the place.
We're about to get real deep into this. So thank you for whoever has stuck around for this topic.
Dig a little deeper with the golden spoon.
Well, we're about to ask one of the other questions. So do you ever pick or dig at your toenails or fingernails?
Definitely my fingernails. Not really my toenails. Because as I said earlier, my feet stink. Do you ever smell your toenails after you clip them?
Oh, God, no.
Yeah. I don't either.
The way your body language is... See...
That wasn't even on the list. There's some of these you're reading, and I'm just thinking of other things, and I'm like, ugh.
You're like, Yeah, I definitely pick underneath my...
I forgot I was on camera, so they could have like read my face when I was like, no, I don't.
Oh,
It just like
man.
lets you know if you're doing a good job in the shower or not. Like if your toenail don't stink, then that means you're cleaning pretty good.
Do you have a specific foot scrubber?
Nope.
I mean,
just rinse really well with soap.
I really want to get one of those things
I
that,
got a
that,
loofah.
that pop down in the bottom of your
Oh,
tub,
yeah.
and you just scrub your feet really well.
I
Like,
really
you
want
pour
to get
the
a
soap.
manicure. Just have someone just go
I
ham
don't like
on
people touching my
toes.
feet.
Oh, that's not for you then.
I really don't.
What if you get a pedicure while I get a manicure? Wait,
I-
pedicure's for your feet, ain't it?
Pedicure,
Okay.
petty.
What if I get a pedicure while you're getting a
Pedestrian.
manicure?
I don't know. I don't know if people are gonna mess with my cuticles and
Oh God, oh man, that sounds horrifying.
the
They gave me
word cuticle. Yeah.
That gave me the chills thinking about that. Like someone just slicing up too much on the cuticle. Ugh.
So
Do you bite your fingernails or clip them?
clip them.
Yeah.
I have never just
Never
like
bit 'em.
gnawed on my
Yeah.
fingernail. Now
I
I
know
know
some
I know some
particular-
people
Oh,
who
yeah.
do, and
It's gross.
we don't judge here.
Yeah, we don't judge. Yeah, no judgment.
The
Oh
cam-
yeah,
the camera's on.
the camera's still on.
This is the first time we've recorded with a camera, by the way. So be gentle. So I'm looking at this list that we have found. Do you ever look in the toilet after you go to the bathroom? This is a list of what people most likely do in their
I mean,
life.
sometimes. I mean, if I'm in a hurry, probably not.
You just flush.
I mean, I don't flush when I sit down. That'd be weird.
Yeah, no, nobody reaches behind themselves.
Yeah, and then like all the water splashes up.
Yeah, no, this is not a bidet.
Yeah, you can't make a homemade bidet
Yeah, no.
with your own toilet water.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends. Depends on who's watching.
Who's watching?
Just kidding.
I thought I only had that problem. And that's not in the bathroom. That's just weird neighbors, you know.
Weird neighbors and a window in the bathroom, you know, no blinds. Gotta buy blinds.
Put on list blinds.
Yeah. Hey Alexa, buy blinds at Walmart for bathroom.
Now I know a lot of people do this one. Pee in the shower.
You know, we're gonna go a little bit into this one. I heard if you have athlete's feet, peeing on your feet actually gets rid of the athlete's feet.
I've heard this, and potentially tested this.
So, I mean, I don't
But
have athlete's
you
feet
know,
anymore. Is the only thing I
people-
got to say. And I never went to the doctor about it.
You know,
I may have grown out of it, but
you grew out of athletes.
I guess I don't know either that or
So
the
I have
regimen.
a
The regimen
question.
worked.
I have a question. So you're not an athlete, so you just have foot, right?
I used to be an athlete when I was in high school.
But how long ago did you have athlete's foot, Jeremy?
Probably when I was in high school. No, I had it through my 20s and stuff too. Just like,
Periodically?
yeah, get it on the side of your feet and everything. God, I remember that was horrible. I wish I never get that again. It
You were about to
itches
say,
so bad.
I thought you were about to say, I wish I knew the pee trick.
Yeah, I wish
Earlier.
I knew.
But you also, people like pee on somebody when they get stung by a jellyfish. So
You know, that's been proven false.
really,
Mm-hmm. Quit peeing on people.
definitely not me. I usually just stay in the ocean and let the sting just burn.
I normally go running to the swimming pool and jump in it and let that chlorine just get in there and eat that poison out.
I don't think that's how that works.
Nah, it makes me feel better. And the sting don't go away, but it's a mental thing. I'm
The
hoping that it
sting
works.
doesn't. The sting does not go away.
Jellyfish.
So, what about? Do you talk to yourself? Like have an imaginary.
When do I not talk
conversation-
to myself is the better question.
That's a good question. I find myself always getting caught, like not caught, but I'm talking to myself, and somebody's like, "Did you talk? Are you talking to me?" I'm like, "Oh no, I'm just talking to him." And he's like,
Yeah.
"Him who?" It's like the guy in the head, you know,
Yeah, the whole person in the noggin up there,
the ye old.
the one who's in control. I'm just here for the ride.
I'm just a hive mind. We think alike.
Yeah, I constantly talk to myself. I always thought it was a problem, and then I got diagnosed. I'm like, hey, I got an excuse now. You're just like, I don't have an excuse.
I have an excuse. What about picking your nose?
Yeah, I pick my nose. I ain't afraid to admit it.
Well, like the nose hairs inside your nostril.
Pick my nose on the way home from work today.
Well, that's why we have nose hairs, is to collect all the bad stuff that we breathe in. That's what your nose hairs do.
Yeah, and sometimes I can't distinguish between a booger and some thick nose hairs because, like, I can't, like, like to breathe through it.
Right,
And then,
and you're
so
like-
you got to stick your finger in there to see. You're like, man, is there a booger in there? And then you're at a red light and somebody looks over
Somebody
at you.
looks over and you're like,
knuckle deep up in that thing and try to dig a booger out. And then there's no booger. It's just
so I don't know anybody that can go
long-
to the second knuckle. I usually know people that just go to the first knuckle, and like, if people are going second knuckle, they're tickling their brain.
It's like it's more satisfying to reach in and pull a booger out than it is to blow it onto some tissue. Plus, with a mustache, I think you can relate to this. When you blow your nose with a mustache, you get a lot of boogers in your mustache, so then you have to like wipe your mustache off really good. So it's just as easy just to pick it and wipe it on a Kleenex.
I would agree, because
I thank God.
Must-
I was gonna say, if you don't
mustaches-
back me up on that one.
I'm gonna Chef Boyardee you.
Yeah. You're out of here.
You're out of here. What are some other things, Jeremy? What is something that you do that you catch yourself doing, and it's like, that's really odd of me to do, but I still do it anyway because that's just how my body works. That's just me. Like, I'm doing it.
Do you I was trying to think of something. Oh, are you a side sleeper or a back sleeper?
I'm a side sleeper.
Okay, yeah, me too.
What are you're a full side sleeper? Do you roll at night? Do you toss and turn?
Oh yeah, especially here lately. Like the older I've gotten, I don't sleep through the night fully, so I gotta like swap sides. Sometimes flip the pillow to the cooler side. I always fall asleep better on the cool side of the pillow.
Do you
Do
ever touch the plate after a server tells you it's hot?
Oh yeah,
Just to check.
constantly.
I literally find myself going.
They're like hot plate, and I'm like, all right, bet, and then I grab it.
Oh,
Just
I
scoot it
try to
closer.
grab it from them. I'm like, they literally have a
pot holder.
A pot holder. I'm like, no, I'll take it. And they're like, you're a psychopath. Like, give it to me. I can just.
Fire's hot. You sure? Let me stick my hand in there.
You sure? Oh my God, that's another thing with fire. I love fire. Fire is like one of my favorite things.
Pyromaniac.
Yeah, I should not. I'm not gonna say that. But like, just touching fire and playing with fire and like, I don't know. I've always played with fire. I usually burn my knuckle hairs. My knuckle hairs right now are recovering from a fire I just did.
Well, I mean, sometimes that's a given when you have to rotate the logs or anything. You got to get in there close and singe a few hairs. Maybe not. I mean,
Pick up a full log and just rotate it while it's on fire.
People probably have fire pokers for that and stuff, but it's so much more effective when you can reach in there and just grab the log and turn it. Anyway, back to weird things. We already talked about the brushing teeth thing. Do you put your deodorant on before you put your shirt on?
Yeah.
There's some people that just like reach up in there and put it on.
In the sleeve?
No, like underneath, like through all the way up.
I thought you were talking about through the armhole and just like.
Oh no, I don't even know if that's possible. I mean, I guess if you have some pretty big sleeves.
Hey, how's it going?
Do you this is probably just calling out like the way I was
everybody
raised.
I'm just kidding.
No. Do you put your syrup in the pantry or in the fridge?
I'm gonna guess you put yours in the refrigerator.
I grew up with like
I
it
literally
was
put
in the
mine
fridge.
back in the pantry.
Yeah, I didn't know until I moved out, and they were like, "Hey, they don't go in there." And I'm like, "But it's open now. It's got to go in the fridge, or it's gonna go bad." And they're like, "Nah,
It's syrup.
it's just syrup.
It's kind of like
honey."
Yeah, it was kind of like honey.
I was like, "Man, I guess you're right." And I looked; it don't say it anywhere on the bottle. It don't say refrigerate after opening.
Speaking of like weird things, like do you ever just find yourself like in the kitchen at 2 a.m. just eating some honey?
When I had honey, yeah.
Oh
But
boy.
But my honeybee self ate all the honey. I did wake up last night to use the restroom in the middle of the night. And when I got done using the restroom, I was like, man, I really want some muffins. And I didn't have any of those. Yeah, those little bite muffins.
Oh.
Remember?
Oh my goodness. The confetti ones?
I had my heart set on. I went and opened the pantry. None.
I'm a terrible person at 2 o'clock in the morning because I'm like
go back to sleep
rummaging through stuff and I'm like, what can I eat? I'm gonna find something to eat.
I normally, if I get to that point, I normally just chug some water and just try to lay back down because I know if I start eating, I'll end up like preheating the oven, throwing a pizza in there. So I was like, man, I really want to test.
Meat turns on the air fryer and it's just like,
yeah.
Neat. Let's cook some egg rolls. Literally did that a couple of nights ago. I was like, I got egg rolls.
I actually have 8-pack of egg rolls in the freezer right now.
Don't say that.
Chicken
egg rolls.
Chicken egg rolls.
The red package from Walmart.
Nah. Ooh, maybe.
Nah. Ooh.
It's in a box.
Yep. Oh yes.
I don't know what name brand it is. Some type of. I honestly don't know. It's a name brand though. It's not like a Walmart brand.
No.
There's some good egg rolls.
I get those all the time. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Also got some Uncrustables up there. We got off on food. God, we must be hungry. Back to weird stuff.
Sorry, so here at the Golden Spoon, we love to go off on a tangent sometimes. You've noticed that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
This is the first time you're able to notice it on video if you're watching on YouTube. So, hey, thank you for doing that.
Thank you for tuning in. Do you belt loop your belt
Oh God.
to the left or to the right? Like, do you start the loop in?
I'm gonna have to think on this one because
I always go in that way. I always start feeding it in through the left side. You're gonna check.
yeah, I had to feed it into the left side with this belt.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't have to.
No, that's
Oh, is it a belt buckle or?
it's the way.
Oh, yeah.
It's the way the belt works.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever tried it with my non-dominant hand to feed it to the right. Because if I gave my non-dominant hand something, that's another thing. Like, what the weird things that my left hand does that my right hand doesn't, or my right hand does that I don't give to my left hand.
You know something that we can come back to that, but you always have to like shake with your right hand. You know, it's like the right thing to do or whatever.
Oh, yeah, when
We
I
don't
put
ever-
my left hand out, people
Yeah.
are like,
We're left-handed. Like, we never get to shake with our left hand.
people are always freaked out by that
Yeah.
when they go, when I put my left hand out, they're like,
We're like, yep, he's not hired. Going in for a job interview and you stick out your left hand first.
that is a weird thing.
Rule number one.
I think left-handed people are just weird in general.
Yeah, we don't have left-handed hammers or left-handed paintbrushes.
I think there's a store.
We do drive on the left-hand side of the car, so we have that.
We have that.
But we're on the right-hand side of the road.
You
in
know-
America, if you're listening in other countries, we know some of y'all drive on the left-hand side of the road, which is pretty cool.
And you're driving on the right-hand side of the vehicle.
I want to drive on a side that is on the close. Like, think about it. Head-on collision, you probably have a best chance if
you're
on
away
the,
from-
away
yeah.
from the center lane. Well, we still start putting the steering wheel on the other side.
That would take so much effort from everybody.
Oh yeah, it would cause so many accidents.
Could you imagine?
Do you sleep with a fan?
I used to.
You don't now? You sleep with like silence?
Yeah. Oh no! Usually I put on
Couldn't do that.
I put on a video or something like that
Okay,
to give
yeah,
myself some
yeah.
noise. But sometimes I just sit awake.
Do you sleep in?
That scared me a
Yeah.
little bit. If you're listening in and probably watching, you probably heard or saw our reaction to the
car alarm going on?
car alarm. What the
Do you
heck were we talking about?
do you sleep with a nightlight?
We're talking about fans.
Oh, go ahead.
I just listen to something and I have to. No, I usually lie awake now and listen to the noises outside the house.
Dang. Psychopath.
Jeremy said, "I am very worried." Jeremy said, "Please help."
I normally just stay awake and listen to the sounds that the carpet makes.
Listen to the sounds of the crows.
Oh, I think we already talked about this, but I don't think it was recorded. When putting toilet paper in,
Oh,
are you
this is
over
a-
the
this
over
is
the
a-
top
this
or
is a-
underneath?
This is a big thing. I have always done over the top.
Always.
Always.
I felt like that should be taught in school.
Yes. I don't care who it is. If somebody's putting it, I go in and change it. If they have it under the bottom, I will literally just change it. It has to go over the top.
I pulled the entire roll off so that I had to put a new one in. Shove it all down the toilet.
Oh my
I'm just
God.
kidding.
Took that whole roll and said, you're a back, not a forward. So you got to go. Got to go back into the toilet.
Brand new roll. I waste all that toilet paper just because it's installed incorrectly.
He didn't do that, folks.
No,
Just
I didn't.
Just
I'm a paper saver.
paper saver.
I'm a one square kind of guy. I'm just kidding.
God bless you.
No, I'm just
God
kidding.
bless
I'm just
everything
kidding.
that you do.
I can't do that.
He said,
Oh.
I'm a one square kind of guy. Me no.
Me no, one square. I don't know how many squares I am. It doesn't feel until it feels comfortable around my hand. Just like you could.
Do you have it wrapped around your hand where toilet paper is behind?
I wrap it around my hand to get it off the roll, and then,
then
I
you pull
slide
it
it
off.
off.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Where-
then use it.
Now, here's another one. Do you sit or stand to wipe?
I always sit.
Always sit.
I heard there are
Thank
people out there that
God.
stand.
Now, we're not judging you. It's
Yeah, we
just it's just that our normal idiosyncrasy is what we're talking about. You know, your normal idiosyncrasy might be something totally different than what we said. We don't care. Just be a good person.
Just do a good thing.
These are just weird things that we think about, and maybe part of, you know, our chemical makeup and why we do things. And, you know, if we have some sort of something going on in our mind, this may be the way that it works in our mind. Like a sock and a shoe and a sock and a shoe.
Blew my mind.
Yeah, I blew Jeremy's mind straight out of the water.
Never knew that existed.
It was like a waterfall gushing. His mind was just gushing everywhere like a waterfall.
Or just completely dried up. Couldn't think, couldn't process it. Just knowing that there's people out there that's putting a sock and a shoe on first.
I did hear of people standing up to
What
wipe.
if the fire, like, or your house just burst into flames, and then there you are running out with just a shoe and a sock on, and then you're barefooted on the other one? At least I got 2 socks on.
that are going to be soaking wet?
I don't care.
Shoe, you're going to be like,
It'll be
"Ew."
slightly protected.
From what? Dirt. The dirty water is still going to get up in there. And then you're going to have athlete's foot and you're going to have to pee on yourself again.
Do you put your shirt on first or your pants?
Depends on how late I am in the morning.
As I say, I think that one changes up daily for me. Like if I'm cold, I might put on my shirt first because my
I
legs don't really
think
get
I
that cold.
usually do the deodorant first. I put on my shirt and then my pants. Because I want to go ahead and put something over the deodorant.
Yeah. So you don't get it everywhere. Like if you lay back in the bed and you don't get deodorant on your pillow.
Oh, I
or
don't have
something.
time to lay back in the bed. Who are we kidding, Jeremy?
That's my mistake. I get up, I start getting ready, and I'm like,
I can lay back for 5
I'm
more
gonna
minutes.
we'll lay back down on my bed for a second.
No, I let that. Oh, this is my bad idiosyncrasy that I do. How many alarms do you have to get up?
Normally just one because I wake up before my alarm goes off.
Well, you're probably about to call me a psychopath because I have about 18.
Yeah, there's people that I know that have a tremendous amount of alarms, and like I'm talking loud alarms, like scared the living crap out of you. They're so loud on their phone because I've been around it like when they went off, like they're already up, and then their alarm was starting to go off when it was supposed to, and I'm like, man, what was that for? And they're like, oh, that's my alarm to wake up. And I'm like, really? That's like scary. Like it would just put me in alert mode. They're like, yeah, sometimes I sleep through that. I was like, you sleep through that?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
it's like,
usually-
"Nah, nah, nah." I mean, it's loud.
Usually my alarms are to wake everybody else up, and they're like, McCall, get up,
I
please.
wish I can sleep to my alarm. That's my goal right now. Trying to sleep
Don't
all
do
the
it.
way to my alarm.
That's not good.
You know how aggravating it is to wake up 10 minutes before your alarm goes off?
Oh, I know.
That 10 minutes that you're robbed feels like hours.
See, I usually just go back to bed at that point.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I try to,
I
but
close
then I'm
my
worrying
eyes.
the whole time. I'm like, oh, this is about to go off. My alarm's about to go off. My alarm's about to go off. My alarm's about to go off. And then, like, I just go ahead and get up 2 minutes before and turn my alarm off and get ready.
I wish.
Make my sandwich, use the restroom, put on my clothes, brush my teeth, feed my dragon, go to work.
You train it?
Kinda. He behaves.
I'm glad. He's kind of like us. He has a beard.
Yep. Old bearded dragon. Well, that's about it for tonight, folks.
I think we got a little weird. We didn't dig
Too far with the spoon.
too far with the spoon because we don't want to, say per se air our dirty laundry. And
I mean, we talked about picking boogers and sniffing toes, but
did we talk about sniffing toes?
sniffing toenails.
You're right.
I did bring that up.
I didn't think we talked about bringing your whole foot up to just.
Oh, that's possible. I'm still limber at 32 years old.
I mean, I could do it. I just
It's like I can
don't.
do it.
You want to? I can show you right now. I can do it.
I can do it. Like,
Here, hold this.
here, hold this mic.
Hold this mic real quick. I'm going to snip my toe just so I can show you.
Well, thank you for getting weird with us on the Golden Spoon podcast. If you haven't already, after this video, go like, subscribe, download it if you haven't already. Comment what you think about this video. Comment what your idiosyncrasies or things that you think are weird that you do. Tell us. We want to know. We want to hear from you. And if you aren't subscribed to our Patreon, go ahead and head over there and check us out on Patreon because we love the support.
We do.
So I'm McCall.
I'm Jeremy.
And this is the Golden Spoon Podcast. Thank you for listening.